Welcome back to another episode of Thanks Doc, but what the is that? This episode is for fibromyalgia. A little bit of backstory on me with my little relationship with fibro. When I was from the age of 14 to 16, I had a lot of chronic pain, so widespread pain throughout my body. It would affect mostly my upper back, but also my legs, all sorts of stuff. So I went in and out of the doctors, went to rheumatology, and the rheumatologist told me when I was 16 I had possible fibromyalgia, not fully fibromyalgia, but she said you'd probably grow out of it. It might be growing pains. The test they had to do was like a trigger point test, and it's something that still affects me now. So like if someone's tickling my back, like we all like a nice back tickle. If someone's tickling my back and they reach one of my trigger points, it just makes me flinch. It doesn't really hurt as much anymore. It's just more of like an electric shock. So you know when you touch like a electric fence, I don't know if you've ever done that as a child, but I definitely did. If you touch electric fence, it just feels like a real shock. That's exactly how it feels when someone is stroking my back and hits one of those trigger spots. It's hard with fibro because there aren't so many things that they can test for it. But I then went away thinking it was fibromyalgia, and when I was 22 I was told that I had hypermobility, and due to the bowel problems I'd also had and various other things, they decided it was hypermobile EDS. Everyone commented on how young I was, so I felt very out of place. That's kind of my background with it, but as with all of these episodes, I have someone who very much is diagnosed with fibromyalgia. She's an incredible advocate for the chronic illness community and just a brilliant all-round person. So I'm going to pass you over to Bethan, who's going to talk a bit more about fibro.
Symptoms that I personally experience are widespread pain, fatigue and brain fog. My sort of trigger target points of pain are in my lower back, left hip, left knee. When I'm stressed in particular, I get really bad pains down my wrists and up through my forearms, tension in my neck and shoulders, and I get really bad migraines as well. Adaptations to my day-to-day living, I try and plan as best as possible. For my week, I've always been somebody who enjoys making plans anyway, but having a plan really helps me sort of goal set and look forward and focus, so that if I'm having a bad day, I know that I've at least got something to look forward to, or something like a goal to get better for. I batch cook meals. I take gentle exercise every day. That can be from yoga to like a 5-minute walk. I take regular sort of baths. I eat healthy. Like my diet has been my real saviour with my symptoms. So I've cut out all dairy, gluten, refined sugar and yeast, because it turns out I'm allergic to yeast. I also don't drink caffeine. And I take regular naps. I have regular get up times and go to bed times, and yeah, I prioritise rest, sleep, exercise and healthy eating. I was diagnosed in 2012 and it was picked up at a routine checkup of another procedure that I'd had on my back called prolotherapy. So they weren't looking for fibromyalgia necessarily, but they found it in 2012, August 2012. The way I would describe fibromyalgia is it's like an unfun bag of pick and mix. It's a selection, wide selection of symptoms which throughout the day will change and vary, and sort of argue with each other as to who's going to win to get your attention most that day. And yeah, it's ready to rain on your parade at any time. It's the most unpredictable condition ever. I have loads of advice, but number one advice is just take what suits you. So take from other people's journeys and learning, and take what works from you. So don't take anything from me as being the gospel that will help you. You are an individual. But my number one piece of advice, no matter what you do, and which sort of route of management you decide to go down, is make sure you have the most comfortable and firm mattress you can find, with lovely luxurious bedding. Like, go all out. If you're going to spend money anywhere on anything, make sure it's on nice bedding, nice comfortable bedding. Weighted is also helpful, I find. But yeah, go all out on that. Treat yourself. If you work, make sure you've got access to work involved. Make sure HR are aware of your condition and request flexibility, like flexi working policy, whatever that looks like for you, and however that suits you, you'll find out best. If you're studying, then get in contact with DSA and get some funding behind you, because I've got loads of equipment through my university course through DSA, and that has just changed my life and made my life so much easier. Don't judge your abilities or recovery by other people and what they post every day. Social media isn't real life. It's a reflection of snippets of people's lives. So it's not, not everybody showing the good, the bad and the ugly 24/7. Follow and connect with people online and or socially that inspire you and make you, motivate you to improve yourself and improve your situation, and people that are really there to support you and pick you up on the bad days as well, like people that are going to be real with you and understand and know that not every day is a good day, and not, you don't have to have the warrior mentality every day. That's okay. Write stuff down, to-do lists, when you last took medication, when you're next going to take medication, your plans for the day, tick them off. It's always really helpful to see things ticked off. Journal your thoughts and feelings. I find that really helpful. Try every type of physical therapy at your disposal until you find one that works for you, because there's loads of different options. If you can't work right now, consider working towards volunteering a couple of hours a week somewhere, in something that you enjoy as well. Remind yourself what you can do and don't focus on what you can't do. Take naps. Naps are a winner. Just take naps.